Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Bushman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. On January 11th, we have the first new moon of the new year. So happy new year and happy new moon. So before we get into the forecast for each individual life path for this new moon, just be aware that this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading where we take a look at your own personal numerology, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. This is also a great time, if you haven't done so yet, to get your year ahead forecast and your diamond for your current age. So if you haven't done that, you can do that on my website as well. Again, I look forward to working with you. All right, so let's take a look to see what this new moon of this new year has in store for us. Life path number 3. So this new year and this new moon are bringing some beautiful energy for you all to be working with. So you're going to be working with the energy of the 5, but you're also going to be working with sloth energy. So I'm going to talk about that because it creates a beautiful balance, actually. So, 3 energy, that which is your energy, is very vivacious. It's usually very, connected to their inner child and has a sense of optimism and idealism, and of course, creativity and social and all these things, right? Is a sort of keynote of 3 energy. When you get a chance to work in a 5 cycle, it actually brings out so much of that, or it's meant to bring out so much of that vivaciousness and that joyfulness and that inner child and that freedom of expression and creativity and thinking unconventional and doing things in an unconventional way and taking risks and just, it can be big energy. So when the 3 and the 5 come together, look out, because it's party time, but in like the most fun way where everybody wants to be a part of this party. So you could find things really pick up at this time. You could find that you have this desire for more creative freedom or more personal freedom. Maybe you want some more independence, or maybe you're in a job that is too restrictive and you feel like you need to break free a little bit or get a little bit more wiggle room. Maybe you've been feeling a lot of like obligations or tied down to a lot of different things this year, in 2023, in the past year. So maybe you're looking for ways to break free a little bit and to spread your wings and have a little bit more autonomy when it comes, or have a little bit more unconventionality when it comes to, again, like your schedule or what it is that you're doing. Your relationships even could take a turn around this time where you're just looking for something a little bit more unconventional, a little bit different, a little bit more progressive. Could come in. This is such a fun energy. It can sort of sweep us up in the energy where we don't want to really, pay attention to our obligations, see things through to completion, et cetera, et cetera. We kind of, when we're in this energy, sometimes it can be, we just want to experience life, man. We want to have a good time. We want to experience life with all of our senses. We want to get out there. We want to travel. We want to, just feel everything in a good way. So it can lead to excess, or it can lead to over-restriction if you're too rigid with yourself. So I would say it's a shorter cycle. It's only for a new moon, so it's a couple weeks, but it can be really easy with this to really want to indulge in the finer things in life, which there's nothing wrong with that. So go for it, if you feel called and it feels right. This is such a beautiful energy, especially for 3s, working with 5 energy. If the opportunity comes up for travel, go for it. If the opportunity comes up where you meet someone and maybe it's not going to be long-term, but it's fun for the moment, go for it. Experience life. This is just reminding you to, go all in type thing, and have fun and run free. Every time I think of like 5 energy, especially in a quick cycle, it's kind of getting in there and spicing things up. It's trying to move the energy. It's trying to release any of that tension, but in a fun, like exploratory type of way. And I always think of like a stallion or a wild horse running in a meadow, right, at full speed, or on the beach, full speed. It's that kind of energy. So it's really easy to get swept up in it, which isn't a bad thing for a couple of weeks, like especially if you've been sort of overly restrictive recently or just been very like tied down. This is a great energy to just let your hair down and, let that wild child out for a little bit to have some fun. without going overboard. And I say that only because you're working with sloth energy as well. So with this, it's asking, for quiet reflection and waiting until the time is right and slowing down. And that's what's so funny, because 5 energy is not slow. It's a very fast moving, frenetic energy. It wants to go fast. It wants to, do all of the things, and there's not enough time type thing. And sloth energy, of course, is like the slowest moving animal, I think. It's like very, very slow, right? So there's definitely a message coming through here that's saying just continue to not lose sight of your balance, right? Just make sure that you're not burning the candle at one end and then you burn out type thing. So, and again, I'm not too concerned about that with it being a new moon, but this could be creating a storyline that's, unfolding. So just make sure that you continue to check in and don't go so overboard that there's, sort of buyer's remorse type thing in the morning, so to speak. So yeah, I would say just make sure you're checking in with yourself and continue to find your center. Don't overdo it, but don't hold yourself back either. This is such beautiful energy, or can be very beautiful energy. For some of you, it might come in as major shifts or changes around this time, but honestly, I feel like it's going to feel good. Or if it is a big change or a big shift, it's going to be kind of like that relief kind of energy, where there might be some grief associated because you have to release something, but it's also allowing you to be a little bit more free in wherever area that is. So beautiful energy, threes. Love it for you all. Enjoy it. Okay, take care. Happy New Year. Bye for now.